Welcome to God's Plan. Today, we're diving into one of the most powerful messages that could change the way you see your challenges and trials. If you're feeling overwhelmed by the weight of your struggles and wondering when your breakthrough will come, know this. Every struggle, every trial, and every setback is a sign that God is preparing you for something greater. Before a major breakthrough, God often allows us to go through tests, not to harm us, but to strengthen and equip us. These tests reveal what's in our hearts and prepare us for the blessings He has in store. In the Bible, we see this pattern repeatedly, from Moses in the wilderness, Joseph in prison, and even Jesus Himself in the desert. Each went through a season of testing before stepping into their God-given purpose. Today, we'll be exploring 7 essential tests you must pass before your breakthrough. Let's journey together through these tests and discover how they are the keys to unlocking God's best for your life. 1. The test of patience. The first test we face on the road to breakthrough is the test of patience. We live in a society that demands instant results, instant success, instant answers, instant gratification. But God does not operate on human timelines. In fact, His timing is often the opposite of what we expect because His perspective is eternal. In Psalm 27 verse 14, we are encouraged with these words, "Wait on the Lord, be strong and take heart and wait for the Lord." When God delays, it's not because He is ignoring you or has forgotten your prayers. He is developing your character and deepening your trust in Him. The story of Abraham is a perfect example. God promised Abraham that he would become the father of many nations, but it took years of waiting before Isaac, the child of promise, was born. During that waiting period, Abraham's faith was tested, and through his patience, he learned to rely on God's faithfulness. Patience is not passive. It is a powerful act of faith. It says, "God, I trust you even when I don't see the results yet." Every time you wait on God instead of rushing ahead, you're passing this crucial test. You are telling God, "I believe that what you have for me is worth the wait." And remember, what God has for you is far greater than anything you could ever create on your own. 2. The test of faith. Next comes the test of faith, a test that every believer must endure before their breakthrough. Faith is the foundation of our relationship with God. It's easy to have faith when everything is going well, but true faith is revealed when all seems lost and hope is distant. Hebrews 11 verse 6 tells us, "And without faith, it is impossible to please God, because anyone who comes to Him must believe that He exists and that He rewards those who earnestly seek Him." Faith means trusting God's promises, even when the evidence around you suggests otherwise. It's believing in healing when the doctor's report is negative. It's trusting in provision when the bank account is empty. Faith means saying, "God, I believe you can make a way where there seems to be no way." Think about the story of Peter walking on water. When he kept his eyes on Jesus, he did the impossible. But the moment he looked at the wind and waves, he began to sink. This is a powerful reminder that our faith is tested not by what we see, but by where we place our focus. If you keep your eyes on Jesus, He will guide you through the storm to your breakthrough. 3. The test of obedience. Perhaps one of the most challenging tests is obedience. God often tests us by asking us to do things that stretch us beyond our comfort zones. He may call us to forgive someone who hurt us, to let go of a toxic relationship, or to take a leap of faith into a new direction that makes no sense to us. In Genesis 22, we read about Abraham's ultimate test of obedience when God asked him to sacrifice his son Isaac. Abraham's willingness to obey, even when he didn't understand, demonstrated his unwavering trust in God. In the end, God provided a ram in place of Isaac, proving that when we obey, God always makes a way. Obedience is the key that unlocks the door to God's blessings. Jesus said in John 14 verse 15, "If you love me, keep my commands." Our love for God is shown through our willingness to follow His instructions, even when it costs us something. Remember, God's instructions are always for our benefit. What He asks you to give up is never greater than what He plans to give you in return. Midway motivation and engagement. If this message is speaking to you, if it's lighting a fire in your heart, take a moment to hit the like button. It might seem like a small act, but your engagement helps spread this message to others who are looking for God's Word. Let's make sure more people receive the encouragement they need today, right here on God's Plan. 4. The test of perseverance. The test of perseverance is often the toughest because it requires us to push through when we feel like giving up. It's in these moments that our character is refined and our trust in God is solidified. The enemy will try to convince you that it's not worth it, that you should just quit. But God says, "Blessed is the one who perseveres under trial, because having stood the test, that person will receive the crown of life that the Lord has promised to those who love him." James 1 verse 12. Perseverance is about holding on when everything in you wants to let go. It's about standing firm when the waves of life try to knock you down. Remember Joseph? He was betrayed by his brothers, sold into slavery, falsely accused, and imprisoned. Yet, he never gave up on the dream God had placed in his heart. His perseverance led to his ultimate breakthrough, where he rose to become second in command in Egypt. 5. The test of character. God cares deeply about our character because it is the essence of who we are. Before he gives you the blessing, he wants to ensure that you can handle it with integrity. Character is tested in the little things, when no one is watching, when you have the opportunity to cut corners, or when you're faced with choices that challenge your moral compass. Proverbs 4 verse 23 says, "Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it." When we pass the test of character, we show God that we are ready to handle the responsibilities that come with his blessings. It's in these hidden moments of honesty, kindness, and humility that God prepares us for greatness. Let your character be a reflection of Christ's love, even when the world tries to tempt you otherwise. 6. The test of trusting God's timing. Trusting God's timing is one of the hardest tests of all. We often think we're ready for our breakthrough now, but God's timing is always perfect. He sees the bigger picture. Isaiah 40 verse 31 says, "But those who wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles." While we wait, God is working behind the scenes. He is aligning circumstances, opening the right doors, and preparing us to receive his best. We must trust that his delays are not his denials. If you're in a waiting season right now, know that it's a divine setup for something greater than you could imagine. 7. The test of gratitude. The final test is gratitude. Being grateful even when life doesn't go your way is a powerful expression of faith. Philippians 4 verses 6 to 7 encourages us to not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's missing to what God has already provided. When you thank God in advance for your breakthrough, you activate a spirit of praise that invites his presence into your situation. Gratitude transforms your trials into testimonies and your pain into purpose. It is the ultimate act of faith that declares, "God, I trust you in all things." Final call to action. If this message has touched your heart today, don't just keep it to yourself. Share this hope with others by subscribing to God's plan. By subscribing, you'll join a community that seeks to uplift and empower each other through God's Word. And remember to turn on the notification bell so you never miss a moment of inspiration and encouragement. God is preparing you for something incredible, and your breakthrough is on the way. Keep trusting, keep believing, and never give up on God's plan for your life.